their secret safe about justice.
There is no official confirmation of Colombiana 2 being in development or scheduled for release in 2025. However, there has been significant speculation and demand from fans for a sequel to the 2011 action thriller Colombiana, which starred Zoe Saldana in the lead role as Cataleya Restrepo. The original movie was directed by Olivier Megaton and written by Luc Besson and Robert Marc Kamen. It followed the story of a young girl who witnessed the murder of her parents and grew up to become a highly skilled assassin, seeking revenge against those responsible. Overview of the first film. The 2011 film Colombiana was an intense action thriller that focused on themes of vengeance, family, and survival. The protagonist, Cataleya Restrepo, was just a young girl when she saw her parents brutally murdered by a Colombian drug lord, Don Luis Sandoval. She managed to escape to the United States, where she was taken in by her uncle Emilio, who was involved in organized crime. Under his guidance, Cataleya honed her skills and grew into a ruthless assassin, using her talents to hunt down those responsible for her family's death. Throughout the movie, she leaves a signature orchid on her victims as a message to Don Luis, signaling her relentless pursuit of justice. As she gets closer to her ultimate goal, she faces dangerous obstacles, including law enforcement and rival criminals. The film received mixed reviews from critics, but was praised by audiences for its action sequences and Saldana's performance. Potential plot for Colombiana 2. If a sequel were to be made, it would likely continue Cataleya's story, possibly focusing on her dealing with the aftermath of her vengeance. With Don Luis dead at the end of the first film, she might set her sights on another criminal empire, or be forced to go on the run due to law enforcement finally catching up with her. Alternatively, Colombiana 2 could introduce a new antagonist, perhaps someone connected to the drug trade or an organization that wants revenge for what Cataleya did in the first film. Another possibility is that Cataleya may seek redemption, attempting to escape the life of violence, but being drawn back into action when someone close to her is threatened. Some fan theories suggest that the sequel could involve her discovering more about her family's past, potentially learning that her parents' murder was part of a larger conspiracy. She might also find herself mentoring a younger assassin, passing down her skills and tactics. Possible cast. Since no official announcements have been made, we can only speculate on the possible cast for Colombiana 2. If the film is greenlit, the following actors could potentially return. Zoe Saldana as Cataleya Restrepo, the lead character and highly skilled assassin. Cliff Curtis as Emilio Restrepo. Though his character was killed in the first film, he could appear in flashbacks. Lenny James as Special Agent Ross. He was one of the main law enforcement figures tracking Cataleya. New villains or allies since Don Luis was killed in the first movie. A new antagonist would have to be introduced. This could be played by a notable action star, such as Jason Statham, Idris Elba, or even a returning character connected to Don Luis. Possible release date. If Colombiana 2 were to be confirmed in 2025, the earliest it could realistically be released would be in late 2026 or 2027. Action films of this scale typically take at least a year for pre-production, another year for filming and editing, and then additional months for marketing and distribution. Full script or scene concept. Since Colombiana 2 has not been officially announced, there is no full script available. However, here is a concept scene that could be part of the sequel. Opening scene concept for Colombiana 2. A dark alleyway in Bogotá, Colombia. A group of armed men enter a dimly lit warehouse, expecting a routine weapons exchange. Suddenly, the lights flicker and shadows move in the background. One of the men, nervously gripping his gun, hears a faint whisper behind him. "Gang member? Who's there?" Silence. Then BANG. A single shot echoes through the air. The man falls, a small orchid resting on his chest. The others scramble for cover, panic filling their eyes. Leader, it's her. The ghost. Before they can react, a figure drops from the rafters, swift, precise, deadly. Cataleya moves like a shadow, taking out each opponent with ruthless efficiency. Within moments, the warehouse falls silent, the bodies of her enemies lying motionless around her. Cataleya picks up a burner phone from the leader's pocket and dials a number. A voice answers on the other end. Unknown voice, I was wondering when you'd come back. Cataleya, I'm not back. I'm just finishing what I started.